Hello everyone, my name is Chas, and today I want to talk about the phone that replaced my smartphone, the Light Phone 3. It's a phone that costs $799 and doesn't do a lot of the things most people expect from a modern phone. It has no apps, no browser, and does only the basics, like allowing you to make calls, send texts, use directions, and set alarms. This is my third video covering the Light Phone, and as you can probably tell, yes, I'm personally a big fan. But I also want to be honest. This phone isn't for everyone, and it's definitely not right for every situation. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what works, what doesn't, and will hopefully be able to help you decide whether the Light Phone 3 is actually worth its price. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like more minimalist related content like this. Starting off, the biggest benefit of this phone for me has been time. I use my phone way less now. Without social media or constant notifications, I actually get quiet moments during the day. I've been able to focus better, have been paying better attention to people around me, and generally just haven't been reaching for my phone out of habit. I've actually gotten hours back in my day-to-day life, and I didn't have to set timers or block apps or anything like that. The phone just naturally leads you in that direction. The physical design is also really great. It's solid, minimalist, and has a sort of retro-futuristic look that I really like. It feels more like a tool than a toy, which definitely helps with the mindset shift. Even though it's minimal, it still gives you what you need. Calls, texts, calendar, directions, alarm, calculator, enough to function, not enough to get lost in, and definitely easy to use. That said, of course, it's not all perfect. The price of the Light Phone 3 is one of its biggest drawbacks. At $799 US, it costs about the same as a new iPhone. But the Light Phone 3 isn't trying to compete with those types of devices. You're not paying for more, you're paying actually for less. And whether that trade-off makes sense depends on what you value. Typing on the Light Phone 3 is also slower. There's a very responsive keyboard, which is cool, but it's smaller and trickier to use. So you're probably not going to be sending rapid-fire messages like you could on a smartphone. It's not terrible, it's just something to get used to. And of course, there are no apps, no browser, no social media, or any of that stuff. No way to check the weather or Google something on the fly. You either plan ahead or you don't. That's a deal breaker for some people and something many in this generation cannot do without. You also have to be okay with this being kind of a niche product. The ecosystem is small, updates are slower, and if you want a specific case or screen protector, it will likely take a bit before it actually arrives at your front door. So, is the Light Phone 3 worth $799? For me, yes, but only because I knew what I was getting into. I wasn't looking for a full-featured smartphone replacement. I wanted to take on the challenge of simplifying my phone use. I was genuinely curious to see how my habits would change, and they did. If that's the mindset you're in, I think it's a great investment. It helps you to set boundaries and get out of that constant loop of checking your phone every few minutes. It's made my day-to-day experience feel a lot calmer and more focused, but it's not for everyone. If you're just curious and thinking about trying it out without making real changes to how you use your phone, it might feel frustrating. You have to want the shift. Otherwise, it's going to feel like an expensive phone that doesn't do enough. So yeah, I personally think it's worth it, but only for the right kind of people, and that might not be you, which is totally fine. If you've tried the Light Phone 3 or you're thinking about switching, I'd love to hear what you think. Feel free to drop a comment, and if this video helped you out or gave you something to think about, feel free to subscribe or check out the other videos I've made on this topic. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day, afternoon, or evening. See you later!